Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, there are 5 different functions of management. Now each management expert has written various different functions of management, out of which these 5 functions are very common and generic in nature. Every business or every organization, every management follows these 5 functions of management. And also we expect the managers to follow these functions as managerial functions. The 5 management functions majorly, very commonly are planning, as you can see on the slide, planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating and controlling, which finally lead to creative problem solving. It's not only problem solving, it's solving it in a creative way. So let's focus on each function a little bit more in detail to describe about what exactly each function does to our organization. Let's talk about planning first. Planning is looking ahead. We plan particular strategy for us to look ahead of what we have. We plan to move into some direction with a destination in mind. According to Henry Fayol, so all these strategies commonly that we are talking about is by a very known management expert. His name is Henry Fayol. So according to Henry Fayol, drawing up a good plan of action is the most hardest of the 5 functions of management. Whenever we have to plan the entire strategy of how we are going to take our business to the next step, that's the most difficult thing, and we think that that's the most simple part, but planning is the most difficult part when it comes to all the other functions of management. This requires a very active participation from the entire organization. Now also we have to remember one thing: planning is not done for one person to grow ahead, it's the organization as a group. We are always dependent on our colleagues, on our employees to get our organization to the next level. You have certain strategies and planning in mind, but it cannot be implemented directly unless and until we do not understand, are you really able to depend on your people around who are working in the entire organization? So the planning is to be kept the entire organization and employees in mind. By keeping the timelines and the implementation in mind, planning is something that we have to be always linked with a lot of coordination and at different levels. So every given point of time there has to be a lot of corporate coordination, very clear communication, crystal clear messages passing to various people who are involved at different levels in our organization. Without that, it cannot be a group effort to take you to a different level. Planning must take the organization's available resources and flexibility of personnel into consideration, which will give you a guarantee of continuity. So there are a lot of things to be kept in mind. Number one, the organization's resources are in place. Number two, the flexibility of each person to give their 100% towards the planning. Number three, consideration and guarantee of continuing the same plan to take it till the end. So all these factors are responsible of taking your plan to the right destination. So friends, you see how critical it is to do a planning for an organization. So whenever you as employees approach a particular organization and do not like the management, keep it in mind that the management has taken a lot of efforts to plan certain things for the management growth. Many a time it wouldn't suit your requirements or suit your way of working, but at the same time you need to understand that we are all as a team and we all work as one when it comes to the organization's growth. The next step is organizing. An organization can only function well if it is really well organized. This means that there must be a significant capital, staff and raw materials so that the organization can run really smoothly, so that it can build a very good working structure. To For an organization to have the correct working structure, we need to organize a lot of things and get them in place for the organization to finally reach to its goal. The organization structure with a good division of functions and tasks is of critical importance. It's very crucial to have very good divisions into functions. It's very important to have the correct organizational structure. So while planning, we also need to organize of how are we planning to move ahead towards that direction. When the number of the functions increases, so every time there is a new thing happening, every time there are functions which are going to increase. So every time the number of the function increases, the organization actually expands horizontally and vertically as well. So there are two types of expansions taking place in an organization, horizontally and vertically, all depending on the changes of the functions that we implement. This really requires all different types of leaders. Someone who can really lead the team excellently well, because every change might bring a lot of disappointment, at the same time a lot of opportunity in the organization. Someone who can handle both at the same time is the correct leader, who will be able to push the entire employees along with the organization, push your organization to a different level. Organizing is an important factor which involves all the 5 functions of your organization. The next step is commanding. Friends, that's why I say it's now not only management skills, it's also managerial skills. When given orders and clear working instructions, employees will know exactly what is the requirement about or what they need to really do. If the proper instructions or the understanding of the vision of goal is not given appropriately to these employees, they are left far away from the organization's goals. It's very important for each and every employee to be very crystal clearly conveyed of what exactly is the goal of the organization and how are they working on that path. Expecting a result from each and every employee is only by giving them very concrete instructions in respect to all activities that has to be carried on to finally reach to your successful goal. Successful managers have integrity, communicate clearly, and they base directions on regular audits. So these are the people, these are the managers who will be able to take your organization to a different level with their clear visions, with the integrity of working towards it, with a very crystal clear communication. At the same time, also have a vision of clear directions which will finally help you to regulate regular audits to understand where you stand. Audits is nothing but measuring and evaluating your organization performance, which we did in last video. They are capable of motivating a team. They are capable of taking and encouraging their employees to take them to the next level with taking initiative in every small thing that the employee is engaged in. They are the ones who are responsible of making an organization like a family, and then commanding these employees is not difficult because finally they've turned it to a family, and a leader, like the father of the family, would be the leader, the manager, and now taken him seriously and respectfully. The fourth is coordinating. So after the commands are done, there are a lot of things that are happening in coordination. When all the activities are harmonized, the organization will function much better. Positive influencing of employees' behavior is the most important aspect of organization performance. Coordination therefore aims at stimulating motivation and discipline within the group dynamics. So there has to be coordination, motivation, discipline, all in a group. There are groups, various groups, where each leader leads these groups, and it's very important to rightly coordinate with them at the right time. This requires clear communication again and very, very good leadership. So everywhere that we speak about, 70% mistakes are made because the communication is not clear. There are a lot of misunderstanding. 70% of misunderstandings are actually caused because the communication was not clear, and there's a lot of miscommunication or a major communication gap. Anywhere you go, wherever you are dealing with a team, or a lot of bunch of people, which needs coordination, cooperation, conducting, commanding, everything needs clear communication. That's the first C of your progress. Only with a very, very positive employee behavior, the management can intend to reach the objectives and achieve the objectives. The next, last function is controlling. So once the leader is liked, his commands are understood, his commands are taken positively, all the coordination is done after the commands are given. After knowing the team and working along with it, now controlling is easy. So what happens here is, by verifying whether everything is going according to the plan, the organization knows exactly whether the activities are carrying on in the confirmation with the plan. So here, now measurements and evaluation are necessary, because this is a crucial point for us to understand whether are we really going according to the plan. Control takes place in 4 different steps, which are process. So these 4 steps are the process of the controlling function. Number 1, establish performance standard based on organizational objectives. So first of all, we have to establish a performance standard. So according to the standard, are we moving towards the organizational objectives is what is the first thing that we need to focus on. We just simply establishing new standards of our performance, but are we finally reaching to the aim? All these performance management standards should be finally focusing towards the aim of the organization. Number 2, measure and report on actual performance. So are the proper measurements and reports done for the actual performance? Here again, measurement and evaluation will be taking place. Third, compare results with the standards and performance. So are the standards set, and according to it are the performance given? So when you measure this, we'll come to know whether are we on the same plateau. Fourth, take corrective or preventive measures as needed, as and when needed, whenever we have to plan our set. Take corrective or measurable measures whenever needed. So friends, these are all the 5 different functions of the management which are extremely important. It has a very crucial importance to finalize on where you reach and how long do you want to walk on the path, and finally where is your goal. So I repeat those 5 functions for you: planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating and controlling, to finally end up with a very creative problem solving solutions and given to our business organization. These are the 5 functions which all the organizations, knowing or unknowingly, follow it. Now if you've been following it unknowingly, now you know about it, and you can now better follow it knowingly in a better way to get to a better results and maximum quickly to reach to your goals. Thank you so much friends for watching this video. Please stay tuned to our channel and keep subscribing to eKida.